FIBA basketball is now moving on to its next phase of play. So I'm going to go ahead and break down some of the players that have stood out so far within the group play of FIBA basketball. Y'all know I'm going to get into it, but you got to hit a music first.
Thank you for tuning in to the number one place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac Boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of NBA Central. You got me today, Bobby, one of the Cognac Boys and one of the co-hosts here on NBA Central. If you like what you're listening to today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell and share this with somebody that might enjoy it. Now I'm going to talk about some of the players who stood out to me so far within FIBA basketball, trying to win that gold, that precious gold for their respective country. Now, first up, I got to go ahead and be the hometown, the homer, of my nation that I'm a part of. That's the United States of America. I want to show love to my guy, Austin Reeves, and then my other guy who's been putting on an absolute show during his play in FIBA, Anthony Edwards. Austin Reeves has been spectacular, being that I would say he's been that solid number 2 within Team USA. And so far within 3 games, the USA are 3-0, and Austin Reeves has given the team 11 points and four assists as an average. And we have seen in a couple games to where he has been a force, definitely, being a playmaker and able to switch things up and change to where he can go ahead and be an absolute force offensively. And Anthony Edwards, I believe this young guy is up and coming in a superstar in the making. He is leading the team in points per game with 16, and he's giving the team 6 rebounds each game, and he's been putting on an absolute show. He's talking smack to the opposing, to the opponents on the other side, and he's talking smack amongst his own teammates to go ahead and push those guys further to ensure that these guys go ahead and try to capture that gold medal that all basketball players are chasing after right now. Now that I show love to my USA players, I got to show love to the other players who I believe stood out around the world while FIBA is going on. First up on my list, third up on my list, I got to talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Canada. This guy is another superstar in the making. He plays for Oklahoma City Thunder right now within the NBA, but as of right now, we're talking about FIBA, and he is putting on a great display of basketball talent for Team Canada. Team Canada is 3-0, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is giving the team 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, and he's the leading guy for all categories that we just mentioned, in points, rebounds, and assists for his country. And I believe this guy is going to continue to take steps forward, and that his talent is definitely being displayed during FIBA basketball when you get all the greatest basketball players around the world to represent their country. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, is definitely putting Canada on the map with his exquisite and stellar play for sure. Another guy I want to talk about is from Serbia. That's Bogdan Bogdanovic. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and Serbia is 3-0. Now, I know it's going to be somebody that might come in the comment box and say, hey, how can you not mention some of the other guys? That's fine. Those other guys that go ahead from Serbia, they will get some love, but just not on this episode. Not today, ladies and gentlemen, not today. I'm giving it to Bogey. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, being an absolute menace out there offensively and doing his part to ensure that the team has a great chance of capturing gold. So shout out to Bogdan Bogdanovic, for his stellar play so far in FIBA. My next guy, I got to give it up to the blonde hair patch guy from Germany. I got to show love to Dennis Schroeder. For Germany, they are 3-0, and Dennis Schroeder is giving the team 20 points and 6 assists every single game they have played thus far. And the guy has been methodical in his approach on how he approaches as the team's point guard, distributing, being an offensive scorer, sticking defense. He's been a great two-way player thus far within this tournament of FIBA basketball. So I gotta show love to Dennis Schroeder because he's been holding it down and he had some solid performances thus far within this tournament. And you know what I'm saying? Hey, when Dirk Nowitzki was up in the building, he absolutely made sure that he put on a show and absolutely made sure that he went and showed love to the legend with the one leg shot, bro. So gotta show love to him. Now, the last guy, I understand that the record is not great. It's horrible. It's horrible. But I gotta show love to him because this guy's been putting on a performance and at least keeping his team interested or keeping other fans around the world, basketball fans, interested at even watching the country of Jordan. So shout out to Rondé Hollis Jefferson. There's a lot of people that have been calling for this guy to get a chance to play in the NBA. I hope that he gets another shot at it. I hope that he gets an opportunity to come out and show what he can absolutely do on the basketball court in the greatest basketball association in the world, which is the National Basketball Association here right in the United States. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, though Jordan is 0-3, he is giving them 28, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists, and has been an offensive force. They can't stop the guy. It seemed like he got all the moves in the world, and he's been holding up the team as best as he can. Not a lot of great players on that Jordan team, in my opinion. There's no shot at Jordan. You know what I'm saying? They definitely will probably take a step forward, in my opinion. But as of right now, I don't see it happening, and hence why they have the 0-3 record. But you got to show love to Rondé Hollis Jefferson, especially because I'm not a pro basketball player, but other pro basketball players, i.e. a Damian Lillard, et cetera, for the other guys that came out, they are calling for this guy to receive an opportunity within the NBA. And I think that somebody should give him a chance, take a look at him and see what he can bring to their respective team. So got to show love there. And then before I go, I want to give some honorable mentions to some guys who are NBA players and who have been performing well. You know what I'm saying? They just haven't played to that level of the other guys that were previously mentioned. Though, let's be clear, these guys have absolutely been doing their thing. I'm not going to sell them short. I'm just going to say I wanted to keep that list within, 5 or 6 players, 5 or 6 players, and show that love to those guys first. But the honorable mention is going to come down to, one guy in Sudan. That's Carlik Jones. Carlik Jones been holding it down. 35 games in his first game of FIBA basketball, 25 points in the follow-up. You got to go ahead and show love to somebody like that who been doing this thing. So shout out to Carlik Jones. And then I want to go ahead and give an honorable mention to Karl Anthony Towns from the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic, they have been playing decent basketball, I think. But I would say good basketball. I think it's better than decent. They have been playing good basketball. Karl Anthony Towns, it seems like he's down there having fun, being a leader to go ahead and help the Dominican Republic compete within FIBA basketball. And you never know within basketball in these type of tournaments how far a team can really go. But I want to go ahead and show some love to Karl Anthony Towns. My last honorable mention is going to be a guy from Australia. I love this guy. I love everything that he brings to the basketball while he's playing in the NBA and while watching FIBA. I love watching this guy right here. That's Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey is a guy whose IQ can definitely help prevail his team. Australia, I believe right now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they have a 2-1 record right now within their group play so far. And Josh Giddey, he's doing everything that he possibly can to ensure that Australia has a fighting chance at capturing gold, because that's what all these guys are fighting for, capturing gold. So I got my last one, is Josh Giddey. Just love what he's bringing. I believe he's averaging about 16 points per game, but we know that's kind of like his game. He's going to be a distributor first, and then when needed, he's going to go ahead and switch on that scoring switch. And that's what he's been doing. So honorable mentions goes to Carlick Jones from Sudan, Karl Anthony Towns from the Dominican Republic, and lastly, Josh Giddey from Australia. Those are my honorable mentions. And then, the guys that really stood out, I had Austin Reeves, Anthony Edwards, SGA, Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Dennis Schroeder as the guys that stood out the most to me. Go ahead in the comment box below. Let me know who stood out the most to you. Did I miss anybody? Do you agree or disagree with the list? Do you let me know what you've been watching out there. Let me know what you've been seeing out there, and give your shout outs to those players putting their basketball talents on display for the world, for the game that we all love. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to these guys. I can't wait to continue to talk about this. We definitely right here on NBA Central will be diving into that, to FIBA basketball a little bit more for sure, just to bring some of that content and bring some of that news for you guys. So that's the type of thing that we're going to be bringing forward, moving forward here within the next few days when it comes to basketball and NBA. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and make sure you go ahead and comment below. Show some love. Let's chop it up for the rest of the day. But this is another episode of NBA Central. I'm Bobby. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace out.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.